Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a repurposing, reusing, recycling video for Halloween using my probiotic empty blister packs. I've had these in my Halloween drawer for quite some time. I knew what I was going to make with them, and I originally thought I was going to make scabs, but they're actually, the more I looked at them and when I started working with them, I realized they were actually going to be open wounds. And open wounds, you ask, why would I want to make this such a thing? I actually love Halloween, and I create an apothecary almost every year and decorate with it, and then I sell it to people that like that sort of thing. And I thought I would make an apothecary jar of scabs or open sores. Only Halloween people will get that. So if this is not for you, that is okay. You don't have to watch it. Right now I'm pouncing on gesso. This is a Liquitex gesso, but if you don't have gesso, you can make your own with some white acrylic paint and some baby powder. Just mix that up and pounce it on. You'll get the same result. You will have to do this in layers. You'll have to do a coat and then dry it, and then or let it dry, and then do another coat. Otherwise, your sponge pouncer will be pulling up your original coat. Just a note here, because these are aluminum, they do get hot with an art dryer, so just be aware of that. I do two different skin tones, a light skin tone and a dark skin tone. This is a flesh color, it's called. Very old acrylic paint. And I do edit out the second skin tone just because it's the same technique of pouncing it in. So you've already seen that. This is an up-close version. This is Fabric Fusion, which is already in the well right there. I'm looking to make my blood, which, because blood is not just straight red, it consists of many different colors like blue, dark red, red, magenta, purple. We're going to mix acrylics and inks together with Fabric Fusion and clear glue when we're looking for different consistencies and different colors. I was looking for a darker color that would stick to the edges of the outside wound. So I do add some glue to that one. That's the very bottom color, the dark purple and the maroon. And I'm just swatching my colors, trying to find the right ones. And I end up with a very dark purple, a maroon, a dark red, and a bright red. I also later do some green and a little bit of a beigeish white color, because within various wound beds and various stages of healing, there's all those different colors. I've done a lot of wound care as a nurse, and this really kind of took me back to my nursing days. There's the perfect red for my wound beds, and this is a layering process, so we're going to start out with our very brightest red first. I'm letting it ooze into the corners, and if it doesn't, I just pounce it in there with a paintbrush. Trying not to get it on the edges of the wound, because that's where I'm going to put almost the sticky consistency colors. You'll see how I use those later. So here's my darker skin tone, and I'm just putting down my base. See how bright that is? That's a very fresh wound. And I'm going to dry that, being careful again. So now I'm kind of going into the corners, and I'm putting some darker red where like dark red drying blood would pool as maybe an older wound as we're getting a little darker, where air would be hitting it and creating almost a scabbed appearance. It doesn't really show up too well on camera. There will be some still photos at the end of this video. And within wound beds, there are all different kinds of colors. There can be white, yellow, green, black. And you don't see some of that footage because my camera died, but you'll see it at the end. Now this is where the stickier blood with the dark violet and dark maroons come in. So they stick on the outside. It worked very well. People with a darker skin tone, when they have a wound like this, the edges are very, very dark, sometimes purpley black. And so I just took that out onto the skin tone or skin area that would be considered skin with my finger. I wasn't sure how far out I was going to cut these up, or if I was, or how I was going to do that. And I suspect that because this is aluminum, once I do cut it, I may have to go back and touch some of the paint up with a sponge, because I'm thinking that as I cut them, some of that paint may come off. So right now they're still in the entirety not cut up, and they're still like that. I'm still debating what to do with them, but I do really want to put them in a jar and label them open wounds or puncture wounds, or, you know, maybe these are from pulling a steak out of, you know, a wooden stake out of us or whatever. People with light skin color tend to have a pinkish white edge to their wounds like this, so that's what that is. And this is where my camera died, and this is just the end of me adding a glossy accent to the wound bed to create more of a wet look. So you will see in the still shots at the end my green and my a little bit of white beige that's in there, and they're very icky wound beds, which is what I was going for. These are very stinky and gross, and this person really, really, really needs a debridement and some major antibiotics. But I hope that you get to reuse some of your recycled pill packs. I'm sure you have them laying around. I'm sure any size would do, from any sort of supplement. There's the glossy accents. And I hope you get to create something very creepy. That way you're recycling this and it doesn't end up in a landfill. And you end up with some creepy Halloween art that you can freak out your friends with. And I hope at the time there was no other video like this, so I hope I've taught you something new. Thanks for watching. I hope you like, subscribe, and comment below. And I hope to see you in the next video. Happy Halloween, everybody.